This is the plaintiff, Dawn Child. She says she hired the defendant to put in a patio in her backyard, and the guy created a mess. The patio isn't level. Her swimming pool is tilted to the point where the water will leak out, and the guy insists he did a good job and refuses to remedy the situation. She's suing for $1,140 so she can get the job done right. This is the defendant, Stephen Page. He says the plaintiff's trying to rip him off. She knows it, and shame on her. He did a great job adding a section onto her already existing patio. She never mentioned she was unhappy with his work, hired him for another job, and he's not returning any of this woman's money. He's accused of being off-kilter.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff hired the defendant to install a patio that wasn't level. The defendant says he did a great job. It's the case of you and my patio aren't on the level.
Thank you, Doug.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Dawn Child.
Yes.
You had some work done in your backyard by Mr. Page, the defendant, and you paid him $1,140 to do the work. What kind of work was it?
He put in a patio for me and a garden bed.
All right, and what kind of patio material was it?
It was patio block.
Pavers?
Pavers, yes.
Okay. Now, was there a patio there already?
Yes.
All right, what is this a picture of? Is this a picture of the old patio or the new patio?
That is the new.
What is this a picture of? She can't tell.
The new patio.
The new patio. So this is the work that you did?
Yes.
All right, and this is what your complaint is. According to you, the way he pitched it, it ends up pooling water, correct?
Yes.
When did you have this work done?
Last year.
No, when specifically did you have the work that you're suing upon
June of
done?
18.
June
Yes.
of 2018.
18.
And you paid for the materials, and you paid him the $1,140 purely for labor.
Correct.
When did you first notice that the water would pool?
When he was putting it in, I told him that it did not look level to me.
How did he put it in? Did you watch him?
Some of it I did.
What did he do?
I don't know I don't know.
How did you put the flooring in?
I put level lines in. I use a laser to establish the level lines, the string line, and then you measure down and build the base up to the appropriate level.
What part of this was already there and what part of this did you add? Because I can't see the...
There was approximately a 10-foot by 10-foot existing patio in the back
Can you
corner.
come over to the screen and maybe point it out to me? There we go. Go ahead.
This area was the existing patio, and weeds were growing through it, and it was out of level.
Okay.
I extended it, I believe, 8 feet this way and 4 feet this way.
What's underneath that? Is it sand or cement?
It's sand. The process is you dig out the area, landscape fabric, a stone base, pressure run paper base. You tamp it, and then an inch of sand, and then the pavers, and then you sweep sand into the cracks.
Okay.
Sweeping
So so if I was there, I could lift one of those pavers? Yes or no?
No,
How come?
because they're locked in. I installed this border.
I got it.
Around the
So the
perimeter?
border ends up blocking everything together so you can't lift them up.
Well, you could, but it'd be difficult.
Right, well, yeah, you could do anything.
Yes.
Yeah. All right,
Requires
so she's
maintenance.
complaining about the water pooling there, and if you'll see in that picture, there's a lot of water pooling there, and that's kind of annoying.
Yes.
So what's your answer to that?
She directed me to, because she had the weed problem prior to this, she wanted me to put the landscape fabric on top of the stone base rather than under it. She contacted me through Craigslist.
Okay, but go ahead and go back here. Okay, when you say the landscape fabric, you're referring to a mesh fabric that is supposed to stop weeds from coming through.
Yes.
Okay, now, she told you to put it on top of the rocks.
Yes.
And where had you read that that would be a good idea?
I didn't. I didn't read that it would be a good idea. He told me that he shouldn't do it that way, and I don't recall telling him to do it.
Okay, why would he tell you you shouldn't do it that way if you hadn't told him to do it?
I'm not even sure why.
Okay, but there would be no reason for me to say, hey, you know which way not to do it? That just doesn't come up. So according to you, she told you she wanted it that way, that it would be better for
weed control.
But is your answer to me that that looks like that because of the fabric being put on top of the gravel?
Yes, because
Well, why don't you just tell the customer, no, I'm not going to do it that way?
because they're the boss.
So if a patio has pools of water that build up, is that automatic proof that the person who built the patio did a bad job?
I would say no. I would say it depends more on the location of where the patio was built in case of the circumstances of weather and other things.
I didn't even listen to what you said. This dog is, what? Tell me about this dog. I love it.
French Bulldog. This is Ruben. He's 2 years old. I'm actually more
He's
here.
so cute. Can I pat him?
Yes, of course you
He
can.
is so cute. Look at his face. Oh my God, this dog is so cute. Oh my God, going inside the courtroom.
It does drain water, but it drains.
I imagine it's much harder to drain water.
But it seeps
because
very-
if we had, yeah, I know it seeps through. It's a little bit, it's
Right.
kind of the idea is to have this layer that doesn't let stuff go through. That's the idea behind. That's why I don't understand why you wouldn't say to her, "You're out of your mind. I'm not doing it that way." I also don't understand why you ask for it to be done that way. But I'll tell you what has me scratching my head even more. According to you, when do you get hired to do more work on her house?
5/28/19.
Oh, so it's June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 11 months later, you are hired to do more work. Is that accurate?
Yeah, he put in a bed, a flower bed.
Why would you hire him to do
Because he did a
more
great
work?
job on the flower bed.
No. You're telling me his workmanship was faulty and he should return. You should keep the patio and he should return every penny that you paid him. And your argument to me has to be that his workmanship is so faulty and it's not what we agreed upon. That's the only way you get that money. And yet you hire him again to do other work. So it's good enough for you, but it can't be good enough for me, right?
He did a good job in the garden bed. It's not about the
How
garden
come
bed.
this didn't
It's
come
about
up?
the patio.
How come it didn't come up at all when you brought him back? And you had him right there.
I did talk to him about it.
Okay, let me
And
hear
we
from you
texted
on
back
that.
and forth.
Let me hear from you on that. When did she bring up the draining or whatever we want to call it?
Well, first I'd like to back up a little bit if I could.
Sure.
Not only did I build another raised bed garden for her, I built a walkway from the patio.
Walkway?
Yes.
With pavers?
Yes.
Oh, exactly what, well, it was a garden bed. It wasn't pavers, Judge. Oh, that's a totally different, so you actually hired him to do more pavers? Yes or no?
A walkway and a gate. The gate's
Go ahead.
right there.
Go on. Go ahead, go on. Did she bring up, though, did she say anything about, hey, water's collecting here?
No.
So
Yes,
when was
I
the first
did.
time you found out that she was unhappy?
When she sued me after I did the second job.
How much after you did the second job was that?
About a week and a half, I think. I have the text.
So when she sued, go ahead, yeah, what does the text say?
This is my response and her response.
Well, let's see that. You insisted on me applying landscape fabric improperly on top of the stone rather than under it. That's why it drains slowly. Her answer, that should not make any difference. Her answer is not, that's a gross canard. I never insisted any such thing, which is what I would expect from someone who didn't insist on that. You know what? Ms. Childs, you don't act like somebody who feels that he doesn't know what he's doing when you hire him to do the exact same thing in May.
He did the bed and
11
he put
months.
6
No,
pavers
it wasn't
in.
just the bed. Stop saying that. It's
And
just like
6 pavers.
when you say, I don't recall telling him that I put the landscape. You're quibbling to win, and it makes me not trust you. I find in this case that you have not proven your case that it was not good enough for you and that he should be returning the money back. I find that if there's a problem with drainage, it drains eventually. What it does is it drains slowly. And I think that it stands to reason that if you put the material, I would have preferred that you had shown some integrity and said to her, I'm not going to do it that way. But in your mind, she's the boss, she's the customer, she wants it done this way because weeds are more important to her than drainage. Well, then you called it. You see, you called it. When you literally have a fabric that's sole purpose is to stop stuff from coming through quickly, okay, it makes it very difficult for you to prove your case. Verdict for the defendant.
Well, the judge finds for the defendant in this case. Ms. Child, what are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking that it's not about the water that was standing there. It's about how unlevel the thing is. I work all the time. I don't use it a whole lot. But that was unlevel, and he did it. He knows he did it, and that's it.
Do you understand the judge's decision, though? I mean, you waited so long. You hired him again and again, and you're still complaining? You're complaining a year later? What's the matter?
I don't know. She's not happy. Thank you.
I gather
Thank you
that.
very much.
I gather that. Mr. Page, were you shocked to get sued by her, by the way?
Actually, it was, yes.
I mean, I think so. It took a long time.
Yes, yes, it did. And justice prevailed, thank God.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, Harvey.
I mean, Doug, here's the thing. This was a substandard job, but it was done at the direction of the plaintiff, so it's a case of tough luck.